President Trump announcing the U.S. will run Venezuela for now, after dictator Nicolas Maduro and his wife were captured by American forces under cover of darkness in a daring overnight mission. Maduro is being brought to New York City to face federal narco-terrorism charges and could appear in court as early as Monday. President Trump says he will bring the full weight of the American justice system against the deposed Venezuelan dictator.
All Venezuelan military capacities were rendered powerless as the men and women of our military, working with U.S. law enforcement, successfully captured Maduro in the dead of night. Maduro and his wife will soon face the full might of American justice and stand trial on American soil.
Our Madeline Rivera is live with the latest from the White House. Madeline.
Good afternoon, John. Well, the nitty-gritty details of how the U.S. will run Venezuela remain pretty scant, despite the president being pressed about it repeatedly today. He says that the U.S. will be running Venezuela for an indefinite period of time. He did not give a time frame for that. He did not also rule out boots on the ground. But this is a president who ran on America first, John. Asked today whether what happened overnight is still in line with that agenda, the president maintains it is.
It is, because we want to surround ourselves with good neighbors. We want to surround ourselves with stability. We want to surround ourselves with energy. We have tremendous energy in that country. It's very important that we protect it. We need that for ourselves.
The president indicating there's a U.S. interest in the country's oil as well, forecasting a future where he sees oil companies heading into Venezuela, fixing the country's oil infrastructure. Senator Tim Kaine is among the many Democrats questioning the operation's legality.
Donald Trump has a habit of looting organizations he's connected to. And the statements that he's made that this is an effort for the U.S. companies to go in and seize oil suggests that it's an effort to loot Venezuelan resources. Traditionally, those that loot a country do not do a good job of managing a country.
Yet the administration maintains they were right to capture Maduro. A superseding indictment accuses him of leveraging government power to protect and promote illegal interests like drug trafficking. They say the corruption was entrenched in the highest levels of the government and military, concentrating power in the hands of the Maduro family, like his wife Celia, who is also facing charges. And today, the Trump administration is praising the operation dubbed Absolute Resolve. This is an operation that unfolded in the darkest hours of the evening. It took about a half an hour, but it has consequences. It will potentially have consequences for months, potentially even years to come. John, back to you.
Madeline Rivera reporting live from the White House. Madeline, thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.